Easy way or hard way? Oh, the easy way. Come on, a little more.
He won't swallow it if you just put it there.
There you go. Come on, do some swallowing. Nama, nama, nama. Nama, nama, nama. It's in. Wait.
There you go. Should I do a photo
I'm
of
seeing
that?
the world through the eyes of an alligator. Oh wait, that's the mouth of an alligator. I'll get those things straight one day.
Do you want me to photo it or just do
Yeah, do a photo of that. That'll match the other one. There's the you can see the gular part right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to get this so we can see it. If I were, those are needle sharp teeth. I just don't want those holes in my fingers. Anyway, there's a ridge and a piece of cartilage that goes up there,
Right.
and that allows him to be able to eat in the water and breathe through his nose without air coming through. So in other words, that's just a really good seal. So what you do is you just put the dewormer back past that, and it's in. It's done.
I still see that stuff in the back of his throat. He hasn't swallowed it all yet.
Yeah, he hasn't swallowed it all. It's still going. Oh. That's why we gave you extra. Because we knew that you would drool some. Alright, you about ready for release?
Okay, I'm going to stop it for a while.
Yeah. Again, I guess. All right, definitely want to get some pictures with you, Donna, with this guy, because since it's going to be on your property and protected, if for whatever reason we have to catch this guy in the next 10 years, you'll go, this is what it looked like when it was a wee little baby. This is cool. Out here is going to be alligator protected. And this is our protecting alligator. And even the alligator's protected. That's awesome. All right, somebody else get this guy and have to take some pictures. All right, somebody else get this guy and have to take some pictures.
Good thing cut off. I hope it's not going down.
I'm your buddy.
My thing?
Well, it cut off, and
I don't have wings under my hat, huh?
sure, no, you're good. I'm videoing still, but I didn't get all that other because it cut itself off.
Pretty baby. Yes. Oh, it's easy water.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than the neighborhood you were in, huh?
Where'd he come from?
He came off of Dito Road
Oh,
in a neighborhood.
oh.
What are you hissing about? What are you hissing about? Yeah. What are you hissing?
Babe,
Yep.
you're gonna have to take him and do your spill again because it cut off. I didn't get it all.
Shit happens.
I got it.
All right, we got. Now, the local laws that be, or the new rules say any alligator over 7 foot is considered a nuisance alligator. So the odds of us being able to find an alligator this small that needed relocating is really kind of rare. In my 20 years, I think I've seen this happen like 3 times.
But the larger alligators, the ones that can eat the neighborhood dogs and cats, are the ones that end up being called a nuisance. And by the time they're able to eat them, they are about 7 foot, and it makes it almost impossible for us to relocate them. It's not their fault that they eat the puppies and the kittens, or whatever else that's out there that they would be getting near the water's edge, because they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing through millions of years of evolution. The bad news is, since we humans now rule the area, sometimes these things get to become a nuisance. Anyway, this guy was actually found not too far from downtown Gulfport, on a very, very busy road, or next to a very busy road in a little watery section. So they thought it would be best to go ahead and capture him and get rid of him. As a general rule with wildlife, we try to deworm them before we get him out. But the girl that had taken him to get him relocated on a very special piece of property did not know how to deworm them, and had to wait for about 3 days for me to get there to do this. So anyway, in the beginning of the video, you got to see me show her how to do it and give her a quick lesson for future reference. Anyway, the mission was, as you can see that pole there, was to set the alligator free and then basically just kind of watch it and go off into the deep end. But on our way out there to that spot, there were some birds of prey overhead and some things that led us to believe that leaving him in the shallows might not be a good idea. So we dropped him right there on the water's edge, and he decided to head toward the shallows as opposed to going out deep. So we spent a little bit of time trying to usher him out into deeper water, including with the little camera on the end of the pole, which the water was too murky and didn't get any decent pictures. But we also put on some waders and tried to push him out there. Anyway, wherever he was hiding, he did a really good job because we couldn't find him again. And then realized that we're at that point in releasing the wildlife that we might actually be starting to harass him. So at that point in time, we quit. Anyway, here we are, just feeling around in the soft mud, trying to find out where he went. And occasionally you can see him wiggle and move and so forth. But anyway, we never got another visual on him after about that point in time. So what else can I tell you?
There we go.
The powers that be asked us to release him immediately after he was dewormed. That was done in a matter of minutes. The only bad news is we ended up keeping him for about 3 days until I could get there to actually do the deworming. You can actually see him starting to move over there in the shallows. He's the one that murkies up the water quite a bit. Anyway, so what else can I tell you? There's my GoPro, my session on the end of my my selfie stick, and it's luckily pointed in the opposite direction. I try to take as many pictures of some of these things as I can. Like I said, it'd be pretty cool if this guy turns out to need some help later on. The friends that own this property actually are. I'm letting him give me a physical or an oral examination right there. Here we are. We're just checking him out, having conversation, and if you know me, I will probably be silly within the next 10 or 15 minutes. And we were out there for quite a while. Anyway, this is a beautiful little specimen. It has actually been dewormed, so I've given him a step up over his brethren out there in nature. And hopefully this guy will live a long time out there in the wilds. This is actually the property we released him on. Has some very deep areas and some really, really shallow areas. It's a really, really good swamp. It's what you saw as far as the water goes is probably like 1/10 of the waterway. Anyway, so I'm just watching this go by as a rambling there. I'm getting my little sacrificial kiss to say goodbye. It's always really cool to be able to relocate something like this, even though it's 2 foot long. Anyway, I'm just rambling now to waste some time. Seeing as how there's no voiceover in this area anywhere else and no other sound, so please bear with me. Oh, that is a cute little gator. He almost bit me in the armpit once when I was carrying him in his little towel. Anyway, so here's some video. Here we are. We're trying to usher him into the shallows, into the deep end. And what's funny is we never saw or felt him after this point in time again, so we don't know where he is. We were very careful not to hurt him or injure him, but at the same time, we were so careful we never got to see him go anywhere. And there I am, poised, got the camera. Just wanted to see him swim past the camera, going out to the deep end. That's all I wanted with my camera. That's it. Just wanted that one last shot of him going off into Mother Nature. Sinking in the mud. Vibrams, whatever they're called, are not really meant for this kind of trekking, but they did fine. My feet stunk for days from the oily stuff that was on there. And I think it's about this time we're realizing that, man, we're at that point where we should probably just quit and let him go. If we can't find him, neither can the hawks and eagles that are overhead. It looks like she's dancing in mud. It's a river dance or a swamp dance. Daisy's sitting here watching this with me, so it's actually kind of funny. I think she wants to see something else. Just get close to the camera and look in there. Like, what is that? What is she doing? All right, enough about Daisy and I. I want to thank the people that own the property for many things. I'd like to thank the Fish and Wildlife Service for again trusting us to go ahead and do this. I'd like to thank the alligator for not biting me, and I'm thankful about what we do. All right, I love my job. I love my spare time. This was the second release we videoed that day. As a matter of fact, just about an hour before this, we were at the beach setting some pelicans free. So it's nice to try and organize those days where you can get several people to meet you in several places. Try to film as much as you can, because education is what it's all about. If there are people out there that are afraid of alligators, and sometimes these kind of videos might help get them over their fears and to show them that there are people out there trying to save their lives, and hopefully it makes a difference. So anyway, I can't believe how long we were out there trying to shoot him out into the deep end. Here's where we're realizing, wait a minute, yep, going too far. All right, next video we're coming back later. Thank you. Oh, that's someone. Oh, baby. I should deep. Really smooth. You know, as we slowly progress into that point where we're releasing an alligator and then harassing him again.
Yeah, I know.